Sonic the Hedgehog, the blue blur, the chili dog loving spiky one, has been entertaining us in video game form now for 30 years. Man, I feel old. And in that time there have been various spin-off media, comics, cartoons, books, as well as numerous spin-off games. So there's a lot of material for the film versions to draw on for some cheeky little Easter eggs. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie not the game, definitely does that. So, as the sequel to potentially the best film adaptation of a computer game arrives on the silver screen, yes, I said potentially, I'm still undecided about if Sonic or Detective Pikachu takes the top spot. It's a tight race, okay? Look, both are great. Anyway, here's just a few Easter eggs that I spotted. Let me know your favourites and any I missed in the comments below. Before we begin, I should warn you there will be spoilers ahead. Big ones too, probably, so don't come moaning to me that I spoiled the film for you. Use your own common sense, people. Don't watch this video if you don't want to be spoiled. Anyway, onwards. Let's start with the appearance of a recognisable robot. Buzz bombers are one of the first robot bad guys, or badniks as they are called by those in the know, that you encounter in the original Sonic game. These pesky blighters were modelled after bees, and hovered shooting annoying, death-carrying balls of fire at you. In the first Sonic movie, none of Robotnik's robots really resembled any from the games. They were just sort of floating, egg-shaped drones. Here, though, we get some that are very clearly buzz bombers, but now they shoot lasers. Still waiting for those badniks to hold captured animals as living batteries inside, though. Then we've got the Mean Bean Coffee House. Now, no need to rack your brains for that time that a coffee shop appeared in a Sonic game, although there might have been one in the square in Sonic Adventure. It's just the name of Robotnik Lackey's cafe/bad guy lair that holds the reference here. Back in 1993, Sega released a game called Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine on the Sega Mega Drive, or I suppose Sega Genesis if you want to get all North American about it, with a Game Gear and Master System version following soon after. It was one of those falling puzzle block games that have been all the rage at various points in gaming history, and it used the likeness of characters from the then popular children's cartoon The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, made by Dick Animation. Or maybe that's DIC Animation. Okay, stop giggling at the back there, I see you giggling. While the game didn't involve coffee beans, the name's a nice nod nonetheless. Then we've got Bob Beakey. So, following the runaway success of the first two Sonic games, comic book iterations were quickly launched. In the UK, that took the form of Sonic the Comic, a fortnightly magazine that had multiple 4 or 5 page comic book stories in each issue based off various Sega properties, but with the main focus being on Sonic and his supporting cast of characters. At various points in the comics run, when Sonic wanted to go incognito and not be recognised, he would don the disguise and alter ego of one Bob Beakey, wearing a fur-lined Eskimo hat, ski goggles, a scarf, a large puffy coat, and a fake beak. He was well undercover. Now, when Sonic and Tails similarly need to go unnoticed in a human bar in the movie, Sonic dons an almost identical outfit, minus the fake bird beak, which, let's face it, might have given the game away that they weren't human. Uncle Chuck? In Sonic 2, the movie not the video game, at one point Sonic's having some fun with lots of bubbles. As he emerges from said bubbles, he has that age-old bath time gimmick of a bubble beard. We've all done it, don't try and claim otherwise. But it's not just any shaped bubble beard, it bears a striking resemblance to the beard and mustache of Uncle Chuck, a relative of Sonic's in the Sat.AM Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons that were aimed at a slightly older audience than the DIC cartoon. The character of Chuck would also be seen in the Archie Comics Sonic series based on that cartoon. The tapping foot. What does Sonic do when he's bored of standing around not doing anything? He taps his foot impatiently with one hand on his hips. At least that's what he did in the old 2D Sonic games when he didn't touch any of the controls for too long. And in one scene in the new movie, Robotnik uses a small holographic Sonic for a demonstration that does this exact same impatient move, pulled straight from those old games. Music and ringtones. Then let's not forget about the ringtones. I mean, this was in the trailer, so you probably already know about this one. But when a wedding is ruined by Sonic phoning Tom, the ringtune will be very familiar to anyone who's played the very first Sonic game.
So help me, Thomas!
Sorry.
It's the tune that plays during the Green Hill Zone stages in all its 16-bit glory. Talking of that wedding interruption, from Sonic's end, he's making that call while snowboarding down a mountain, avoiding Badniks and Knuckles, and trying to avoid an avalanche, a scene reminiscent of a few levels in Sonic's gaming history. Sonic first snowboarded down a mountain at the beginning of the Ice Cap Zone in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, an expansion to the Sonic 3 game, but he also got a bit of snowboarding action in the Robotnik Winter Zone in Sonic Triple Trouble, and in Sonic 2006. But probably the most famous example is in Sonic Adventure in another level called Ice Cap, where Sonic also races away from an avalanche. Another reference to the Sonic Adventure games is the introduction of GUN, or I guess GUN. I didn't write down what it stands for. It's something like Global Something of Nations? Guardians Something of Nations? I can't remember. But it's been introduced into the Sonic movie universe now. GUN is an international military organisation, originally in the games introduced in Sonic Adventure 2, and playing a role of various sizes across Sonic games since. Their mission remit seems to be to protect the planet from extra normal threats like Robotnik and, unruly hedgehogs of various colours. They have been both antagonist and uneasy ally to Sonic in the games. In the movie, they are introduced as a newly formed unit, initially intent on capturing Sonic. More on GUN when we talk about the post-credit scene at the end. Springs! Sonic's gaming world has a lot of high up ledges and levels to reach, so it's a really good job that they're just loads of random springs just lying around the place to launch yourself up to those heights with, isn't it? Sonic is on Earth in the movies though, so you'd be forgiven for thinking that the springs would remain absent. But Tails is quite the inventor, and one gadget he has in his tech-filled backpack rather replicates the effect of one of these springs. In one scene, Tom's wife uses a small disc that Tails has in his backpack to send a gun agent directly up into the air for him to fall down again a little while later. If that isn't this universe's version of the spring, I don't know what is. The Labyrinth Zone. Skiboarding down the hill, running from an avalanche, isn't the only level from the games clearly influencing part of the movie. Several aspects of Sonic 1's, the game not the film, Labyrinth Zone are recreated here. A labyrinth-like maze in an ancient temple with carvings on the wall, being trapped underwater, Sonic not being able to swing, and hell, he even gulps down air bubbles floating past like you can in the game to avoid drowning. And you know what? Something I've only noticed while just writing this script and looking at the images of the game, those, in the game, look like carvings of owls on the wall. And in the movie, this is a temple built by the owl race that Sonic's adoptive mum Longclaw was part of. Boom! Mind blown. The B-plane. Oh, then we got the B-plane. Tails loves a bright red B-plane, and Sonic really loves standing on the wings. In the games, the Tornado, as it's christened, can be first seen in Sonic 2's, the game not the movie, Sky Chase Zone, where they battle Badniks in the sky to reach Robotnik's Death Egg. But it can also be seen in Sonic 3, Sonic CD, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Advance, Sonic 4, Sonic Crash Adventure. Look, several more as well, but I think you get the gist. Tails loves this plane, and it was great to see him fly one of them in the movies. Okay, I might be stretching it a little bit here, but the Sonic heroes blur. I don't know if this was deliberate, okay? But in the movie, when Sonic and Tails finally team up with Knuckles to take on Robotnik, they briefly form into a formation while running before splitting off, leaving 3 different coloured streaks behind them. And it kind of reminded me of the artwork on the box for Sonic Heroes, a game where you play all 3 members of a team, of these 3 heroes working together, rotating which one of them you control at any moment. Now, it might just be a coincidence, but I like to think it was a reference. The Death Egg Robot. The Death Egg Robot. We've seen since the trailer that we're getting a version of the Death Egg Robot, first seen in Sonic 3. It's also been in Sonic 4, Sonic Generations, the LEGO Sonic Dimensions level pack, Sonic Mania, and a rather unrecognisable version of it in Sonic Forces. Maybe we shouldn't count that one. It's called the Death Egg Robot in the games because it's stored on Robotnik's orbital station, the Death Egg, which isn't in the film. Probably because Disney/Lucasfilm would sue. The film version of the robot is a lot bigger though. I mean, the game version, normally, probably only about, I'm doing this from like just looking at eyeballing it, but about 4 times the height of Sonic, but the movie version towers over the whole town. Within the movie version though, there is another Easter egg though. Stone, Robotnik's henchman, pulls out a manual for the robot, and the design of the cover is in the style of the Mega Drive game manuals of the 1990s. Nice. Talking of the Master Emerald, it's a big plot point in the movie. So let's talk about the Chaos Emeralds. The Chaos Emeralds have been a feature of the game since the very beginning, various coloured emeralds that Sonic would collect in the Special Zone stages of the games. The lore behind the Chaos Emeralds deepened in Sonic 3, the game that introduced Knuckles. That lore surrounding the emeralds and its origins and its history wildly differs from movie to game universes though. In the game, Knuckles is the guardian of the Master Emerald, which resides on his home of the Floating Island, otherwise known as Angel Island, which is a giant island which kind of just hovers in the air above Sonic's planet. In the movie, however, the Master Emerald seems to have been lost to the Echidnas for hundreds of years, and the floating island is nowhere to be seen. Regardless though, the emeralds seem to have a very similar effect on Sonic in both the movies and the games. In the Sonic video games, when Sonic collected all the emeralds, he would transform into Super Sonic, a glowing yellow and gold version of himself with extra powers like flight, energy blast, and just generally being really kick-ass. And last chance to get out before big spoilers here, this happens in the movie, using his newfound powers from the Master Emerald to destroy the Death Egg robot and create a few chili dogs along the way as well. As far as I know, that chili dog making power was not part of the games, but who knows, maybe they just never used it. Now, let's talk about the mid-credits scene. The Colonel from Gun is told that within Robotnik's lair they have found information relating to Project Shadow from 50 years prior. Shadow is another hedgehog in the Sonic games introduced in Sonic Adventure 2. In that storyline, he was developed as the ultimate lifeform by an ancestor of Robotnik's and was pitted against Sonic by Robotnik in that game. The two hedgehogs went on to form an uneasy truce, not quite friends, but not full enemies either by the end. How much of that story will be in the next Sonic sequel movie, we'll just have to wait and see. And that's it for Easter eggs that I spotted when watching Sonic 2 in the movie. Now, I probably missed some, especially as I did have to take my daughter to the toilet for 5 minutes during, frankly, a quite pivotal moment in the plot. It's very frustrating, but what can you do? So, if you think I've missed any Easter eggs, don't forget to let me know in the comments below, and also let me know which of the ones I've listed here was your favourite, and what are you hoping to see from Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie, not the game? If you liked this video and found it entertaining, please do like, share, subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you for more pop culture videos very soon. Goodbye.